Hey everybody, hope you're doing well wherever you are in the world. I want to ask this question for those of you that are living in Portugal and you have recently moved, or maybe you've been there for years. Expectations. Has the time and the journey living there, has it met your expectations? Has it exceeded expectations? Has it not met expectations? Reason I ask that is every year that I've had this channel, I do make a video that is essentially this title, how's it going? And have you felt like the juice was worth the squeeze? Meaning when you moved and all the information that you read about Portugal, is it matching reality? Based upon your immigration journey and how that can go, looking for property, all of the firsts that you have to do when you get into Portugal. For some people that can go somewhat easy, sometimes that can be off the rails difficult, but that plays into your expectations and how you feel about where you're living. And I've had the channel now for 5 years. And the reason I want to get your feedback and your commentary below in a comment is the first couple of years of putting out content about Portugal, the majority of the responses and comments, as well as emails to me, were positive. Yes, it's what we expected, it's what we were getting into. There didn't seem to be any odd situations. Trouble with immigration or some issues, frustrations with that, that's come up, and that's been a common denominator for those people looking to go to Portugal. But I'd say in the last 2 to 3 years, people that have made comments or people that have reached out, as well as people that I talk to constantly about looking to move to a different country, or in this case specifically Portugal, and looking for pros and cons, it seems like more people are having general frustration right from the outset. And I'll give you something that I think people should be aware of before they move, but I'm making the timing of this video January of 2026, and that is weather. Often when people go to Portugal for their scouting trip, it may be in the summertime, and often that seems to be where many people are doing their, hey, let's look at a place to live or look at property. They're tying it in with their holiday or vacation. And that does offer more sun in almost everywhere in the country than this time of year where it can be raining every day. So there are individuals who do feel like, well, the marketing brochures or some of the content people, 300 days of sunshine. That's not true, I don't believe, anywhere in the country. There may be glimpses of some sun on some days, but not this time of year. It's going to be a lot of rain and gloomy days, and that can go on for months. That can go on from the fall through the spring. So that whole, it's going to be sunny every day. Doesn't matter whether you're in the Algarve, the islands, somewhere else on the mainland. That's just one example where when your expectations may not be exactly as you felt that they were going to be on your scouting trip, especially if you did it at the high tourist season of the summer. But I want to get feedback from you because I think it's a good barometer every year, making this video and coming up with people that have different comments, because I'd love to hear if things are going well and you're going, yeah, it's kind of what I knew what I was getting into, or we knew what we were getting into and it's gone according to plan, or this isn't really what we signed up for. And I think it's important for people to see that, both the good and the bad, of making a major move from your home country into Portugal. Things have certainly changed from when we were considering it in 2017 to when we did it in 2019. Looking back on our journey, There's a number of things that, thinking of 2026, things are lined up differently to where getting work isn't easier in Portugal, it's even harder. Regardless of what country you're coming from and regardless of what role. If you're trying to get transferred in for a job from your current company, chances are those jobs don't exist anymore. So you're relying on getting into the country and doing something maybe in the hospitality industry or working at a restaurant. The politics has certainly changed from the late 20 teens till now. And all of that plays a part into what people's feelings are about living there. As many of you know that watch the channel or are looking for Portugal, the idea of the immigration changes, whether it be the naturalization, the citizenship, the different elements of being able to move and live there on a long-term basis. Some of that ground is shifting a bit or has shifted. And that really does play into, what you're thinking moving forward. But I think it's important for people to have an understanding and for you to explain as much as you're willing to give some detail of why you feel your move to Portugal has been good or it's it's met or exceeded your expectations. And for those of you where you feel like, it's just kind of gone in the direction I didn't expect or we didn't expect. So we're going to hold out for one more year and decide on what to do, or we're already making plans to maybe move on someplace else, and explaining the reasoning and maybe some of your frustrations is important for people to get a clear and maybe a less biased sense of what's going on in the country and what people are doing now and today as you're moving to and moving away from Portugal. Please leave a comment. Please subscribe if you've made it this far and you like the content. Always love having more people watch the videos. As always, thank you so much for watching and enjoy your travels.